Hey guys, it's Griffin Oni here. Before we get started with today's episode, I have another nickname suggestion from you all in the comments. Today's nickname suggestion came to us from Minor Mole, and he has suggested Sigma 2.0 for our Slugma. Why 2.0? Because the original Sigma was named as such in our Fire Red Let's Play, so he decided it was time for an upgrade. So, welcome Sigma 2.0, and now let's begin the episode. Boy, that kimono girl sure is something, right, Akira? Akira's doing his best to keep up with you. Fantastic! Hey guys, it's Griffin Oni here, and welcome back to Pokémon HeartGold. Last time, we did a little bit of exploring in Ecruteak City. We got a new partner Pokémon in the form of Akira, the Eevee. We saved a kimono girl from a Team Rocket grunt, and we learned a lot about the history, about the city's lore. This time, we're gonna head out, and we're gonna leave Ecruteak City to the east, but only briefly. Like very, 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 very briefly. What do you have to say? Mount Mort is like a maze inside. Be careful, don't get lost in there. Trust me, there's a reason I'm doing this. Anthony, my man, what do you have to say? Sup? This is Anthony, how are you? Lately, I've been running across Wild Hoppip quite often. They're easily taken care of. Alright then, be good. Thanks, Anthony. Much appreciated. Let's see, right over here. Want to grab this. TM65, Shadow Claw. And I think I'll step just a little further out. Oh. Oh boy. Sorry that I bumped into you. Did I hurt you? Please don't cry. Here, take this. We obtained HM04. It's a move called Strength. When a Pokemon learns it, it can move boulders out of your way. Enjoy a happy mountain climbing life. Well, that's what happens when you run into random strangers. They give you the ability to move boulders. Yeah, that's seriously all I meant to do right here for now. Now, why I did that will become apparent later on, but for now, I do recommend that you do get the Shadow Claw TM. It's right over there. You might as well grab it. Okay, no, what we're actually going to be doing today is we are going to be heading out into the Burn Tower. So what do you have to say? The tower that used to be here, I heard that it used to be much taller before it was burned by a fire. Huh, interesting. Burn Tower, it was destroyed by a mysterious fire. Please stay away, as it is unsafe. Yeah, no, not staying away, absolutely not. Take a look at this thing, guys. Welcome to the Burn Tower. Quite an interesting sight down in the basement. Now, before we address what's down there, I want to talk about what we can find here in the Burn Tower, because there are, in fact, 2 new Pokemon we can find. And no, I am not talking about the ones in the basement. So one of the 2 Pokemon that we can find here is Coughing. Now, Coughing is meant to be a defensive status spreading Pokemon. Right out of the gate, it has decent defense at base 95, which allows it to take hits well from physical attackers. What makes it better is that Coughing has the Levitate ability, which negates its most common weakness, ground. This viability only continues once it evolves into Wheezing at level 35, giving it an impressive 120 base defense with decent attack and special attack. But what makes this poison type truly unique is its moveset. It's no secret that Coughing and Wheezing look like floating mines, and their moveset is so centered around them fainting, it would be comical if it wasn't so earnestly hammered in. Sure, it learns the obvious self-destruct and explosion attacks, moves that have a base power of 200 and 250 respectively, that, while powerful, cause the user to faint afterwards. But Coughing also learns Destiny Bond, a move that causes the opponent to faint if the user of Destiny Bond is knocked out. And it learns Memento, a move that also causes the user to faint, but sharply lowers the attack and special attack of the opponent. Obviously, there's more to Coughing and Wheezing than strictly that, especially if you commit TMs to it. But it's weird that such a tanky poison type is so consistently engineered to faint. Even so, few Pokemon are flawless. Getting Coughing to evolve into Wheezing is not particularly easy, especially in this game. Additionally, neither of them have good speed or special defense, which might cause them to struggle against fast special attackers. But with the right build, or with enough revives, Coughing can serve you well. The other Pokemon that we can find here is Magmar. Now, this is a solid fire type to consider for your team. It is great attack and special attack, which is an excellent combination to have in this generation. It has decent speed, and it learns many of the quintessential fire moves that you would want on a fire type. It gets Fire Punch at level 28, Lava Plume at level 36, Flamethrower at level 41, Fire Blast at level 54, and Sunny Day at level 49, a move that causes the sun to shine on the battlefield for 5 turns, having all water damage and boosting fire type attacks by 50%. With all these moves, Magmar is truly a fire type to be reckoned with. The only genuine problem with Magmar is that its defenses could be a little better, and it doesn't have the largest variety of moves. It is capable of learning some fighting moves and even an electric move in the form of Thunder Punch via Move Tutor, but that's mostly it. Even the TMs don't really give it too much else to work with. It's a fire type that's mostly only good for being a fire type, but there's nothing wrong with that, especially when Magmar's just that good. That said, Magmar does have both an evolution and a pre-evolution. If you go back and try to breed Magmar, you will get Magby, the baby Pokemon version of Magmar. And while certain novelties may make breeding Magby worth it in the long run, it's worth pointing out that Magmar here will always be found at level 16, whereas Magby doesn't evolve into Magmar until level 30. So if you want Magmar right away, this is the way to actually get it. As for its evolution, Magmortar, it is possible to obtain it in this game. However, the only way to evolve Magmar into Magmortar is to trade it away while it is holding the Magmarizer item. And while the item is technically obtainable in this game, it is not available until the post-game, and pretty late into it as well. That isn't to say that Magmar can't work as is until then, but one way or another, you will be working with it as is until you can get a Magmarizer. Now, with all the preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and start exploring the Burn Tower. As much as I want to have Akira at the front, I think I'm going to put Ceres back at the front, because it is a little bit treacherous in here, and like I said, there are wild Pokemon. But more importantly, people! My name is Usain. I'm on the trail of a Pokemon named Suicune. And you are? Griffin. Nice to meet you. I heard rumors that Suicune is here, so I came to look. Take a look at the basement through the hole in the floor. There, Suicune is down there. I could go downstairs, but I know it would run away in no time. I know. I've tried it many times. What else do you have to say? There seems to be more than meets the eye with you. Okay. There's Usain. Who's this guy? My name is Morty. I'm Ikritit's gym leader. Because my old friend Usain is here on the trail of Suicune, I decided to investigate the Burn Tower. Ikritik has a legend about these legendary Pokemon, Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. As the gym leader of Ikritik, I must have a proper understanding of it. Okay, good to know. Here? Oh, hello. Argento, we meet again. Oh, it's you. You must be here to catch a legendary Pokemon to make yourself look strong. That is only a dream. You see, the legendary Pokemon suits a trainer like me who has sworn to become the strongest trainer. A battle with Team Rocket Grunts is just right for you. Well, it's funny you say that now, but we'll get into why that is funny later. We have another boss fight with our rival Argento! Looks like he has 4 Pokemon this time. He's going to be starting off with Ghastly, level 20, Levitate for the ability. We are definitely slightly under level for this fight. He has the moves Lick, Confuse Ray, Mean Look, and Curse. Pretty much the same strategy as last time. He's going to be going for the Curse strat right away. And that halves Ghastly's HP, but it does put a Curse on me. So probably want to try to switch out Ceres as soon as possible so Ceres does not suffer the long-term effects of the Curse. Oh, beautiful. Hogan just grew to level 19. That's a big deal. Hogan wants to learn Brick Break. Now we're actually going to get places with our Hogan right here. I think for right now, I'm going to get rid of Leer and replace it with Brick Break. Now Hogan can properly act as a fighting type, which is a big deal. Yeah, like I said, we want to get rid of that curse nice and quick. So best way to do that is to switch out. And fortunately, Magnemite is up next. And seeing as we're in the situation we are currently in, I think I'll switch out into Hogan. Why not? It is unfortunate that Hogan currently does have the EXP share equipped, but there's a reason I'm going about it the way I am. Anyway, Magnemite, level 18. I believe this is a new Pokemon for him. Magnet Pull for the ability, with the moves Thunder Shock, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. Pretty typical of a Magnemite moveset. Now let's get in that Brick Break. To the surprise of absolutely no one, instantly destroys Magnemite. Hogan, we're going to be accomplishing great things moving forward. Looks like he's going to be switching to Zubat next. I think I'll switch into Rhydon with that being the case. Alright, Zubat level 20. Inner Focus for the ability with the moves Wing Attack, Supersonic, Astonish, and Bite. Again, pretty typical of what you would expect from a Zubat. Only problem is that it is currently faster, but hopefully Static will help deal with that. Also, you know, the powers of an electric god. And Shellbow. We have 4 HP back with Shellbow, which is a decent amount, all things considered. And that takes care of Zubat. So a little bit more HP to Rhydon. And now Argento is going to be sending in Croconaw. I think I'll be keeping in Rhydon for the time being. Croconaw, his strongest Pokemon, out of desperation. Weak people sometimes do okay at fighting back. Croconaw is level 22. Torrent for the ability, with the moves Water Gun, Scary Face, Ice Fang, and Bite. So it does have a good way of dealing with flying types. Fortunately, I have a better way of dealing with water types. Thunder Shock. It's actually interesting that he lowered my speed twice. That essentially would make potential paralysis a moot point. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to focus on using Thunder Shock. And why are you not attacking me, my guy? I'm already slower. I've been slower from the outset. If you use Scary Face a third time, my guy, that's entirely on you. Don't you get that I'm going easy on you? You know what? Yes, I do. If that's what you're intending right now, I absolutely have gotten that impression. You missed Scary Face. You... Oh my god. Critical hit, Thunder Shock. Unnecessary, but we take those. Yeah, if Argento was intending to take it easy on me, definitely succeeded in that respect, because my god. Anyway, Rhydon got a lot of EXP, growing himself to level 20. Wants to learn the move Cotton Spore. I think we can get rid of something for now. I think I'll get rid of Growl for the time being. Cotton Spore, just so we're clear, the user releases cotton-like spores that cling to the foe, sharply reducing its speed stat. Not something I necessarily need. I probably won't be using it in the long run, but if I need to stall in one way or another and just need to lower the opponent's speed a bit, definitely I will make use of that. Anyway, that takes care of Argento. I'm not fighting with another weakling ever again. It's just too much playing around. Well, maybe if you used something other than Scary Face, we would have had something. Whatever. You would never be able to catch a legendary Pokemon anyway. If you say so. Oh, mother, what do you have to say? Hello? Oh, hi, Griffin, how are you? Found a useful item while shopping. I bought it with your money. Sorry. But I asked the deliveryman to take it to you, so you should stop by the nearest Pokemon department store and pick it up. I know it'll be useful. I actually do want to go ahead and do that because I want to switch out my party just a little bit for reasons that will become relatively apparent. So give me a minute here. Okay, guys, I just noticed something while I was going through my PC here and kind of switching Pokemon around. The Abra that I caught previously was holding a Twisted Spoon. That's really nice, actually. Okay, I've done a little bit of switching around in my party for the immediate moment. The main thing that I have done, just for everyone's edification, is I put Dwayne back in the party because I need Rock Smash to get a couple of specific things here. So, let's go down this ladder real quick. And let's head over here. Hello. Did you see it? Suicune raced by like a blur right in front of my eyes. I've been chasing Suicune for almost 10 years, but I've never been this close. I'm all choked up. By the way, it was clear to me that Suicune took a notice of your presence. Ecruteak's legendary Pokemon are said to come to people only when they recognize their talents. Perhaps I should be more aggressive towards Suicune. Anyway, Griffin, we will meet again. Alright, so we'll need to remember these legendaries for later, but I want to go around the basement a bit. And catch some more Pokemon. That is exactly what I intended to do. To be fair, I was always going to do it anyway. Whoops. A little too overzealous with the biting there, Saris. Alright, well, we'll save the coughing for another time. In order to get everything I need here, I need to use the Strength HM that we got earlier. So I'm going to teach Strength to one of my Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Dwayne can also learn Strength. So we're going to push this in and find a wild Pokemon. Coughing again. Let's try this one more time, Saris. There we go. Nice and easy. You know, once you don't inflict critical hits, Saris. Coughing, the poison gas Pokemon. Its thin, filmy body is filled with gases that cause constant sniffles, coughs, and teary eyes. What a horrible existence. Anyway, if you wanted to give a nickname to Coughing, feel free to recommend one in the comments. So right over here, there's an item that we can get. We have TM12, Taunt. We have seen Taunt before, but just as a reminder, it makes it so that you use the move and then your opposing Pokemon can only use attacking moves. I believe this is the only way to get one in the wild, but we were able to get Taunt another way in the Goldenrod department store, I believe. Ah, here we go. I was like, the physics of the pillar is very weird. I should be able to get around it. If I go over here... Oh! Hello, there's Magmar. Beautiful. Let's try to grab this real quick. Or not. We can be here for 5 minutes as well. There we go. Nice and easy. Paralysis really helps when going through this game. Excellent. Magmar has also been added to the Pokedex. Magmar, the Spitfire Pokemon. It dislikes cold places, so it blows scorching flames to make the environment suitable for itself. If you wish to give a nickname to Magmar, feel free to recommend one in the comments. I will, however, outright refuse Magmar's Japanese name, so do not bother. So one thing to note about the dowsing machine, because I was using it to try to find hidden items that were in here. I don't think there are any hidden items in here, but still worth pointing out. When you encounter a wild Pokemon, the dowsing machine does turn back off. So when you get out of battle, you do need to take the time to turn it back on. Okay, so I've taken care of everything that there is to do in the basement area, but there are still a couple things that we can do on the first floor, including fighting this guy. Don't worry, we fire breathers know the true power of fire better than anyone. Yes, there are some trainers that we do need to fight here, which is good because we evidently are getting a little underleveled compared to everyone else. Even though I am, I'm fighting every trainer I can, I am slightly underleveled. Part of that is because I do have the EXP share, so it is slowing things down a little bit. But part of the issue is just leveling up in this game, especially when you have a big party, is a lot more difficult than it should be. Alright, Blazer go to level 21. Very nice. Looks like we have another Coughing to deal with. I think just for the immediate moment, I'm going to bring out Rido for this. Because, like I said, Coughing has really good physical defense, and most of my attacking moves right now are physical. But Rhino does have a special attack in the form of Thunder Shock. So that's going to be my best shot of dealing good damage to Coughing. Yeah, see? Look at that. Look at that delicious damage. That was a critical hit. Please. Nothing is a critical hit to Rhino Kuzunoha, baby. And his last Pokemon ended up being a Growlithe, which of course had Intimidate, which further lowers my attack. So, really wanted me to use special attacking Pokemon, it would seem. Odor Sleuth, interesting. So, Odor Sleuth is a move that's mostly used by dog-like Pokemon, and it basically makes it so that the Pokemon in question can then use normal or fighting type attacks on ghost types. I don't know why they gave this to dogs, especially because a lot of the dog Pokemon deviate from this pattern anyway. Oh, Hogan grew level 20 as well. Nice. And Fire Breather Ned's been taken down. Alright, well, seeing as, Ceres is low on HP and also under level compared to everyone else, Hogan is properly caught up. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the EXP share from Hogan for now and give it to Ceres. So let's see, we got right here an antidote. Would have been very useful if I'd actually gotten poisoned by that Fire Breather, but maybe this Fire Breather can provide Hogan a bit of a challenge. I'm practicing my fire breathing in the burn tower. Don't try this at home. Well, I'm recording this at home. That's arguably worse. Anyways, got one Pokemon. Ooh, a Charmeleon. We haven't even seen a Charmander in this game, but we have seen Charmeleon. This is a bit of a bad type against Hogan, but counterpoint. Break. Told you guys. Once Hogan catches up, it's over. It is actually over. Foosh, foosh, foom. Okay. There we go. That takes care of the last Fire Breather. Now I'm going to break this rock with Rock Smash, thanks to Dwayne. Dwayne the Rock Smasher. And we got an HP up. That's going to be very useful in a couple minutes. I'll break the rest of these rocks just to be absolutely thorough, because you never know what you could get from these sometimes. Oh, well, nothing from the rock itself, but me turning slightly has caused another Coughing to appear. Of course it did. Okay, that takes care of all the business we have here at the Burn Tower. What do you have to say? I don't believe you were here earlier. In the distant past, when this tower burned in a fire, 3 nameless Pokemon perished in it. Then a rainbow-hued Pokemon descended from the sky and somehow brought them back. The people were afraid of power such as the rainbow-hued Pokemon had shown. They tried to control it by force. The nameless Pokemon made no attempt to fight back. Instead, their great sorrow compelled them to leave. This legend had been passed down by the Echo Creek gym leader. Me? I was a trainer way back when. Ho ho ho! How old is this guy? Or how relatively recent these events happened? Who knows? What do you have to say, Hogan? Huh? Hogan is holding something. Would you like to take it? Yes. Hogan happily handed it over. We got an orange flower in the fashion case. Yes, this is something that can happen. So, sometimes when you interact with your Pokemon in the field, they can hand you fashion accessories. So, it's another reason why you want to interact with your Pokemon regularly, because you never know what you're going to find. I want to go in the Pokemart real quick, because if I recall, our mother had gotten another item for us. Let's see here. What do we have? We got Super Potion. Very useful. Now, before we end this episode off here, there's one thing that I want to point out in the Pokegear. So, we saw those 3 legendary beasts leave the area, and if we check the Pokegear, and check our map, I believe, you will notice that there are certain Pokemon on the map. So, 2 of those Pokemon are roaming around right here, Entei and Raikou, and we will see that they are going to be roaming around the world at many points. Now, am I going to actively go out of my way to find these doggos? Yes, but not today, and not anytime particularly soon. I will be pursuing them relentlessly once I am in a better position to do so. but I simply do want to point out that this is how you would go about finding them. And it's not going to be fun to get them, let me just say for the record. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. We've explored the Burned Tower. We have met some interesting new people. We've encountered the legendary beasts. We defeated our rival Argento in the silliest manner possible. And we've even gotten some new Pokemon, which are very nice. So next time on Pokémon HeartGold, we're going to learn a little bit more about that berry pot we got a little while back. And we're going to take on the Ecruteak City Gym. See you guys then.